Car, give me some audio chests here.
Hello.
Let's just start
Hello.
going. Let's just
Hello.
start going.
Hello. Hello.
Go again.
Hello. 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 Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. And boom, we are live. What's up, everybody?
Fuck you.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, you're good.
Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Couple Casuals Podcast. I am your host, Stefano, aka Sensitive Steph, and today I'm here again with my buddies, my friends. You know, my how would you say, like
Compadre.
amigos, compadres, friends,
Compadre.
and we're back again for another boys podcast. Like I said in the last episode, I wanted to do these every once in a while. You know, at least once a month, and I just big shout out to the boys because it takes a lot of patience.
Okay.
You know what I mean? To put this together and stuff. So thank you guys. I do actually really appreciate it. You know what I mean? And
appreciate
we're
it.
back on,
Appreciate you, bud.
and we're back again. Quick shout out to CandleHand. Tell everybody to fuck off with some sentiment. I know you like that, Vince.
Don't give peace. Tell them to fuck off.
Visit them at
Sentiment.
www.candlehand.com. Without further ado, let me
Great
give a
hands,
little.
though. Sorry, yeah,
Yeah.
great hands.
Yeah, it's
What is it?
it's
I'm
my
not-
buddy Giuseppe actually. That's
Oh,
yeah,
is it?
that's his hands. Yeah,
Hey, if you need construction hands, fat fingers.
these are not construction hands. These are like
no,
my
that's,
kind of
that's,
hands.
that's a good hand.
Never picked up a hammer in their life. But
Think
without
that's a
further
guy or a
ado,
girl,
guys,
man?
before we get started, boys, let me give an introduction to the extreme right today. We got my buddy Car right beside me here. A little switch of scenery. You know, the little debacle. I think Carlo wanted to sit over here.
I kind of
I
want to
did.
sit beside you today.
I know. I got my buddy Papa Lots, and then back from Texas, ladies and gentlemen, Uncle Vinny. Welcome back, brother. This is one of the reasons
Thank you.
that I wanted to have this podcast because Vince, you're back. Welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you.
How does it feel? Talk to us. Let's go.
Feels good. Feels good.
Feels good to be
Another day in
back.
paradise.
Another day in paradise. Yeah, you can keep it by your. But he's back on the fucking karaoke mic. We're gonna get one more mic going here.
Yeah, fuck.
Give a quick salute, boys. Cheers. Thanks again.
Cheers. I don't even have.
I don't
Oh,
have a beer.
come on, God.
Come on.
Couple casuals with no casuals.
Yo, what,
Jesus.
what I was going to say before, remember, Plots, you know we were going late night.
Oh, you too.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Remember the Ed the Sock show on
Oh
Much
shit,
Music?
I do remember that.
No,
Yeah.
never heard
And
of
it was, they used to show tits and shit, but it was like on super late.
called?
Like, what the fuck happened to you, Much
You don't remember
Music?
Ed the
I don't
Sock?
remember them.
You don't remember Ed the Sock? They
Nudity.
show tits
I
in
don't
the hot tub. But yo, think about the guy who was Ed the Sock, like the character. He just put a glove on and then fucking.
He had a cigar in his mouth.
That's
That's
like
right.
Eminem
That's
did that
hilarious.
for a while.
Eminem did that. What do you mean?
Eminem did that
He did do that.
way
in one
back
music
when he was
video.
dating Britney Spears. We're old.
He
No.
dated Britney
Yeah, yeah,
Spears.
yeah.
Wait. Eminem didn't. Britney
Getting
Spears.
after for a while with Britney Spears. Yeah.
Wait,
Are you sure?
what? No.
No, he didn't.
Hey, can we fact check that?
Oh, please do. 'cause
Pull it up.
Fact check that.
I'm pretty sure I'm not totally wrong.
Well, because the last episode you were on, you talked about Snooki's relationship, and now you're talking about Britney Spears' relationship. So,
But I don't think
so
I'm
E Talk Daily. Shout out to Vince. You know what I mean?
Mind you,
Not
this
a
is
credible
like fucking
source.
15 fucking years ago.
Hey, you don't have to pull it up. We have
You got to be right there, buddy.
the viewers to pull it
Yeah,
up.
they
He's
dated.
wrong.
They
Yeah.
dated.
Well, yeah, we don't have a Jamie yet, so we
He's
just
right.
See, told you.
they did date. Eh?
When you're right, you're right.
Imagine dating Eminem. That's
Right,
probably
right.
a toxic.
He was
relationship.
at his peak and she was at her peak as well.
Yeah, hit me, baby, one more time. You know what I mean? She was. I used to.
Before she went batshit crazy and shaved her fucking head.
Yeah,
What
why
are
did she
you
do
doing?
that? Actually?
She's still crazy.
Sometimes you lose it, bro.
Bro, there was a
Sometimes
big
you
buzz
lose
about her. Like, remember when
Recently.
Recently, yeah, there was a documentary and everything. Come a little bit closer.
Yeah, because her parents, they had all the rights to like her media, her money,
it.
everything.
You want to fact check
They had to-
that.
No,
Is
it's
that
true.
No, they did. That was
true.
that was the big dilemma. Yeah, that was the big dilemma.
It's
Why'd
called
her
something,
parents
though.
have it?
There, that's perfect.
Because she went batshit crazy, Vince. She shaved her head and went nuts, and they took her kids away from her. Everything.
What makes her batshit crazy though? Is it the fact that she shaved her head?
No, I think the influence that she had growing up as a teen star. Right?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna
lot of
say.
pressure.
Do you guys think that we're like? Well, look at all the childhood stars. Look at shout out to Shia LaBeouf,
Shia LaBeouf.
Amanda
Lindsay
Bynes.
Lohan.
Yeah, Amanda Bynes
Oh,
is fucked.
shit.
They
Yeah,
party.
Bynes.
She's
you
fucked.
know what I? No, she's not still around. Is
Great
she?
tits.
Amanda Bynes.
You remember her
Yeah,
from the
I
Amanda
remember.
Bynes show?
She dropped off the
Amanda.
grid though.
Classic, bro.
You know who I heard about the other day? Who fucking dropped off the grid?
who?
Frankie Muniz. Remember him?
Big car guy.
Wait,
Apparently, he
that-
races race cars.
What's that movie?
I
with-
recognize
with-
that.
Malcolm in the
Frankie
middle. Malcolm in the
Muniz.
middle.
Malcolm might get shot in the middle, fam.
Whoa.
Remember that from 21 Savage? Yeah, those childhood stars. There's something about growing up as a childhood star that is a little sketch, man. It's a little sketch because you see,
It'll fuck your head.
you see what happens to people and how they grow up. Imagine, do you guys think you would last?
It
Maybe a
depends
year or
who.
two.
I mean,
Depends how much my parents controlled, I guess.
yeah, so I would 100%.
I don't know.
This guy probably not.
I don't know, Vince.
I don't think you would last.
I don't know, man.
That's absurd. That's an
100%.
absurdity what you just said.
We were pretty
100%.
reckless as young kids.
100%.
We were pretty
you were-
reckless as young kids.
I think for me, it
one
would,
famous.
I think for me it would be like a privacy thing now. Like I actually like the being able to just go out.
That's
like
the hardest
imagine
part.
people are just chasing you
The
on the
hardest part is
street
you
like
lose
that.
all the
I
privacy.
don't.
Well,
I
would you
couldn't
rather
do
be rich or famous?
it. Oh, rich, 100%.
Beck?
I'd rather be rich, 100%. I'd rather be wealthy, but I don't know. Think about how wild we were as a youth. Okay, imagine Vince talking to you, buddy, because I was right there with you. We were pretty wild.
you were
Okay,
fucked up.
we were pretty wild. So you throw like fame and money into that mix. Do you really think you would have lasted?
No.
100%.
How? Okay,
Love the confidence.
so let's go back in time. Okay, original Uncle Vinny. You think what would have happened if you were in the position of like Shia LaBeouf or like one of those guys?
I think it would have been basically everything we did, just a lot more extreme.
Just on another
Just
level.
yeah,
Yeah.
magnified
Dude, you
for
used
sure.
to get fucking loaded.
Yeah, that was same
Imagine
same
that.
Nothing wrong with that.
Different atmosphere.
Different
And
strokes
let's
for
be
different
fucking
folks.
clear, I still get fucking loaded.
Cheers.
Cheers.
cheers
yeah,
to
we
that.
didn't even salute.
I didn't even think about that.
Cheers.
Salute. And this podcast is not sponsored by Bud Rights, unfortunately.
be,
Not
though.
yet. We didn't have cups today, so we're just going to go ahead and just use the Bud Rights. But we kind of went on a tangent there for a second. But Vince, welcome back. Talk to us about Texas for 2 seconds, because I know a lot of people are not too excited about Canada at the minute, or maybe not even just a minute, like the hour, the week, everything. They're not very thrilled, and they're considering probably leaving. What was it like?
I think Canada's slowly but surely getting a little bit more back to normal now.
Yeah, a little
It's
bit
a lot
better.
better than when I originally left.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say that. What was it like? It's a
How
great
long? How
place.
long were you there for? Start there.
Just under 6 months. So I think about 4.5 months.
Mm-hmm. And how was it?
No, it was amazing. It was. Don't have a bad thing to say about it.
Really?
It was. It was a lot of things was what I was not expecting. I wasn't expecting it to be so. Imagine a city, and stupid me, because it is. It's a major city center.
huge.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting fucking. Like,
Whereabouts in Texas were you?
I was in Dallas.
Dallas.
Dallas Fort Worth area.
Okay,
Yeah,
classic.
Raise Hill.
Yeah.
Raise Hill.
Raise Hill, Praisedale.
So
Yeah.
Praisdale. It's a good feeling
What?
when you're in line and you shout out "Raise Hail."
Arizona. Praise Hill.
So roll back over.
Praise
Praisdale.
Stop, that
never
did not-
happened.
Never.
To me.
That would
That'd
be.
a
that would've
good
been
fucking
cool.
feeling,
Should
though.
tried it. Should tried it.
Hey, remember that country star, the kid
Which
that he
one?
sang in the grocery store?
I don't know what I do. All I do is say, oh Lord, that last song did she said goodbye.
Oh yeah, whatever happened to him?
He works at a fast food restaurant now.
Yodeling
Yeah.
boy or whatever. No, that was a bank. There was a couple good remixes.
Yeah, he
to
works
that.
at a fast food restaurant.
Kurt, sing that again. Let's hear it again. That's not how
Carlo's singing voice is perfect.
what Carlo. This is what Carlo does. If there's ever a silence, Carlo would just be like.
You know what that is? That's extreme anxiety. That's what happens. Can't keep quiet.
What happens? You just don't like the dead silence. You don't like the end term.
I don't know, dude, and especially.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the classic.
You ever in bed just ready to fall asleep?
My girlfriend makes fun of me all the time because she'd be like, "You don't know the lyrics." Remember, you know that song?
Which one?
That Sears viral video that's going on right now.
Which one?
I'm thinking with my dick.
Oh
My
yeah,
shit
yeah,
dumb.
yeah.
I
With
keep
that
saying-
that guy. Yeah.
I kept
Throw
saying
that up quick.
I'm banging with my dick. My shit dumb. And she's like, it's not banging. I'm like,
Yeah,
it
that doesn't
sounds
make any
way
sense.
Cooler though.
Yeah,
he's
that's not
banging
what
with his dick, dude.
But come on,
That's what you do with your dick.
I should. We should remake that somehow. The way he just like we gotta. We'll show you. We'll show.
I've never even heard that song.
Yeah, because you don't have social media or anything, so yeah, you won't hear it.
That guy's on gang.
But so Vince, you were evading taxes, right? That's why you came back, right?
No, I came back because
Nice.
otherwise I would have had to pay taxes. Yeah.
So not only would
Yeah.
holy fuck, not only would have Trudeau have wanted money a little bit off the top, but also Sleepy Joe Biden.
Yeah, if you're in the USA for in excess of 6 months consecutively, then you get taxed as a U.S. citizen, whether you're a U.S. citizen or not.
Okay, so how do you avoid doing? How do you get around that?
Well, you don't stay there for that long.
So wait,
It goes by time. It's based on time.
Okay, so let's say I want to move. I want to move to Texas, or I want to move to Florida. How do you do that legally? You get a visa.
Okay, there are trade agreements, so it's certain types of tax, obviously, like personal income tax. I believe.
Question, actually, I was just looking this up. Is it true that Florida has zero income tax? Is that a true thing?
It's personal, yeah, and Texas is the same. Florida and
But
Texas.
Really?
You got corporate tax though.
Corporate tax, yes.
What's the tax haven? I always forget the state.
Oh, Delaware.
Delaware. Check this out, dude. There's fucking. You tell the story.
I think it's 80% of publicly traded companies are their headquarters.
Yeah.
Headquarters.
Their headquarters is in Delaware.
A broom closet in
Why does
Delaware.
It's the unknown, unsung tax haven of the United States. They have phenomenal tax laws. So all these, and one of those laws is that you don't have to have an actual physical address.
You have like a PO box.
Like a physical office, you could have like just a PO box. That's why this one building hosts to over like 70 publicly traded companies.
Really?
But it's just a fucking mailbox.
Wow.
God damn.
Yeah, it's a deep rabbit hole you could go down.
I can only imagine.
I bet.
Go Google Delaware tax haven.
Wow.
Go for a ride.
So
That's cool.
So that's where the
Side note.
the wealthy,
But
successful
one
people
thing
figure
I
out ways
learned,
around
because
it.
one of the things that incentivized me to go to Texas was because I heard about all of this tax haven, right? Like the phenomenal tax structure that they have there, and they have no personal income taxes, right? Or sorry, I apologize. They have no state income taxes.
State income
so
tax.
you get taxed there, state and federal. So you still have to pay
Federally.
to Sleepy Joe Biden. You have
Yeah.
to pay federal.
Yeah, but you don't have to pay
But
Governor
there's
Rob
no
DeSantis
state,
or other buddy.
Exactly. But now here's the flip side of that coin is they actually have significantly higher property taxes in Texas than we do over here. And that's because they use that property tax to obviously compensate for the decrease of income tax.
Okay, so if one
So if they're not taking it from one end, they're taking it from another, right?
So what's property tax usually? Like what's
property?
it based
Okay, I would say it was a close to 50% increase.
wow,
Really?
that's a big
so,
50% is big.
It's,
Wow.
it's a bit of a big jump, you know. And so just imagine if you're paying $1,000 here, it'd be $1,500 there.
Yeah.
on? Wow.
Because I was looking at a few pieces of commercial real estate over there, and it was like $6,000
A year.
Yeah,
shit.
Holy
and
fuck.
by comparison to the similar type of properties over here, it was only like $3,500 to $4,000.
Yeah, exactly. So it's
Wow.
50%. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, that's fucking interesting. But it is thriving though. Like those states are.
Oh, it's booming.
Yeah.
It's booming. There's people coming there in droves.
Well,
So
'cause they're
it-
leaving California.
Understandably.
Flocking there in
Yeah.
droves.
Yeah.
Well, no, so that's what I said because I had that conversation with my one of the bankers that I met down there, and she was telling me that 9 out of 10 people that are sitting across from her are from out of state, and I said, "Oh, all from California, right?" No,
New York?
no, from all over.
all over.
Really?
All over.
And the weather's fucking
for sure.
crazy too.
That's the other thing where it's a double-edged sword because the weather is good, but I never went for the weather because the cold doesn't bother me.
Well, it's
I
not.
ran
It's not cold there.
consistently.
God
not
bless
cool.
you.
It's
God
fucking-
bless you.
it's
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 sweater weather there, man.
But what they have a lot of over there is it's good weather all the time. There's a lot of storms over there, a lot of
Yeah.
tornadoes. There's probably a tornado every month,
Yeah, we never dealt with that.
and,
We never
like
like
a
there's
dealt with that.
tornado,
consistent
like,
tornado.
not what we
warnings.
get here,
No,
like
it'll flip your fucking
windstorms.
car.
Yeah.
Man,
yeah,
when I was a kid, I used to be so scared of tornadoes.
and quicksand.
Yeah, we're very fortunate where we are over here.
That's here to
There's
quicksand.
no no real storms. What do we get? A fucking blizzard? Okay, don't drive for the afternoon.
What do you mean? There was a tornado once here, and me and Carla went for a walk after.
Remember the weather though? It was
Yeah,
so
you guys had
eerie.
it like once every 10 years.
It was so weird.
You guys,
Sorry.
you're
You
a
guys.
Canadian.
You're here. You're here.
Once you
You're
get
with
that
us.
Once you get that American passport, you can figure it out.
Vince
You're
was,
here. You're with us.
Vince was calling us there, and he's like, "Ah, you guys down there?" And like,
How's the real estate going down there, dude? You left like 2 weeks ago. What do you mean? It's the same.
I know, but honestly, we did miss you, bud. We
Yeah,
fucking missed you.
likewise.
It's good to be back. He's been back for a little while now, but we had to get the podcast back. We relegated Anth. So Anth, if you're watching this, we're sorry, buddy. It's not personal. It's just business.
Listen, brother.
we had to get.
You just gotta fuck off with some sentiment.
Nice.
You like that one?
Burn.
We should get
Burn.
CandleHand to pay me. They're actually going to send me some stuff. I'm going to be doing a giveaway soon. So
Yo,
you
could they
guys can try for it.
could they turn anything into a candle?
Oh, that's a good question, Carl. I like where you're going. I like where your head's at.
What do you mean?
Damn.
What do you mean?
Let's just say.
Hey, Car, I know what you're thinking.
It's-
It'll burn out
let's
really
just
quick,
say-
brother.
hold on. Let's just say it's a Saturday night. I'm looking good. I'm feeling good. We order some food. Maybe we want to get to some funky town, bro, and I want to set the
Car, are you
mood.
going to make a candle with that average size dick?
I think that's what I'm trying to
It'll
get
burn
at.
out so quick.
I think that's what I'm trying to get at.
You know what? I'm sure you're probably not the
Well,
first one.
you know what? They can make molds. They can make like an actual dildo out of your penis.
I wouldn't want that.
You
I
re-
would
okay,
never
wait.
want.
But you
guys
would
wanna-
want a candle.
Yeah, it
shaped
burns
like-
out. It goes away.
Dude,
It's not an everlasting reminder.
this is true. This is true. This is true. But
Shame.
do you know that they have pocket things for porn stars?
I don't know what that means.
Oh, pocket pussy.
Yeah. Well, if my mom watches this,
Yeah, I don't think he wanted to say the word.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
you
yeah,
said
you know
the
what I mean?
word.
But
Cut that out. Cut that out.
no, I keep it in.
Just cut it out.
But the thing is, like Riley Reid has her own pocket paws, like stuff like that.
Is that
I
how
got
we're saying
jams.
it?
I got jams. I got
Uncut
paws.
jam, bro.
Uncut gems. I
You know,
wasn't
you know about that
fighting.
uncut
Uncut
gems?
gems.
It's like, what's his name? Charlie Safme? What's his name?
I mean, I was Josh Safdie's muse when he wrote Uncut Gems.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like things like
Right.
that.
I don't know. I just heard uncut jams.
No, the guy that she says, "Well, I was Josh Safme."
Oh, Josh Staffy's vibe.
What does he have to say about this?
I don't know.
I don't think he knows. You think he
Listen,
knows?
he's-
You think he knows?
I was Josh Safdie's when he wrote Uncut Gems.
I have no
I
idea.
think,
what-
I
what
think
do
the
you-
only.
What does he have to say about the
Sorry,
matter?
what's her name? Julia Fox. Sorry, your butt got you hired for that movie. Oops. She had
okay.
a big butt.
Carl,
Bro.
you can't say stuff like that.
Do you think
in
that-
this day and age?
I know. Well, if you guys want to go after him, he can cancel him. You know what I mean? Try to go for him. But
Fucking cancel.
but the thing is, girls like Julia Fox, okay, pretty girls. Do you think like okay? How do I formulate this question? First of all, first part of the question: do you think the hotter the girl is, the crazier she is? That's number one. And then number two, would you negotiate with yourself to date a girl like Julia Fox, but she has absolutely no personality? She's a little bit batshit crazy. Maybe randomly you wake up in the middle of the night and she's like that scene from Goodfellas, and she's got a gun in your face or some shit.
Yeah, but if she's that
I think
fucking
that's-
nuts,
that's
she's
possible.
got to have a personality of some sort.
You think so?
Come on.
Absolutely no shot.
There's no way she's just a dud and batshit.
Okay, Vince, we'll start with you since you're dominant with that
I wanna
karaoke
hear- I
mic.
wanna hear this.
Well, let's hear it. Do you think part one of the question? Do you think the girl's crazier the hotter she is? Do you think that's a truth? Is that true or myth? Because I've heard that plenty of times that sometimes the prettier the
No,
girl
I don't
is.
think that's true.
You don't think that's true? Why?
I think that's true.
You think it's true?
I think that.
Why?
Oh, fuck, how am I
Why?
gonna say this? I think
Why,
that. I
Carlo?
think that the prettier girl is, the more attention that she gets. Right? She doesn't really need to have so much of a personality, and that's definitely instilled as a young girl.
I think
So they don't really have to be personable. They don't really have to be.
One
anything.
second. Check that. Is that a word? I don't think personable is
Personable's
a
a
word.
word.
Go ahead.
Personable is a word.
So you got to think like a pretty girl in these times, it's very easy for her to get attention and stuff, and people are just going to flock to them because they're good looking. They don't really need to put on a persona. They don't have to be funny. They don't have to be this. They don't have to be anything.
But don't you think
Yeah.
that like girls in general have attention
I can disagree with you more.
from people?
I think they do, but
From guys in
especially
particular?
if you put a girl like Julia Fox on a pedestal or like any model per se, people are just going to flock to them because
Well, she's not fucking the mailman. I'll tell you that.
No, that's what I mean, because they're pretty, right? And they get. I don't even know.
Well, I don't think they would have not have a personality for that reason.
Well, not necessarily.
I
They
guess
get a lot of
at
attention.
the end of the day,
Anyone
we're
could
generalizing,
not-
guys, but we're having a conversation.
But anyone cannot be personable. Like it's
Yeah.
It doesn't just because you're attractive. Like people aren't gonna like you if you're a piece of shit and you're attractive. Like
But I don't know.
You
where
gotta
the
be able
fuck-
to speak
I think
to
we're getting off
people.
topic. We're talking about being personable. We were talking about being batshit crazy, and if that comes with being hot or not. I think it's based.
Do you think it's a
off of-
commonality? Do you think it's a
I
trend?
think it's based off of the individual's personal life experiences that shape that characteristic in them. And I think a lot of it is self-esteem, which dates to childhood. And I think a lot of it is a lot of self-esteem is obviously attraction from the opposite sex.
Yeah, that's fair. But imagine a
Right.
girl who gets thrown into pageants at like 5 years old, bro.
Yeah. But,
Does that happen?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that
when they do
does,
it.
yeah, yeah.
That definitely trickles down.
Toddlers
yeah.
and tiaras,
but
wherever that
now
show is
you're,
on TLC.
you're generalizing too, because not all good-looking girls are thrown
No,
into
I'm
pageants
not.
at
I'm
the
not
age of
saying
5,
that.
right?
But
Right.
we're saying.
And not all batshit crazy girls were thrown into the pageants at the age
But
of
I
5.
feel like any distinguished model or actress today in this day and age, they started at a super young age. So
I
they
think
were
there's a lot
already
of-
being
I think there's a lot of
objectified, I
pressure.
guess you could say. They were already being, judged on certain looks and certain features
And what
at
you
a
think
super
that-
young age.
You think
And I
that messes with
fucked
their brain?
head. Yeah, definitely, man.
Well, if you look at it like this, right? When we were growing up, I know we sound like veterans at this point, but when we were growing up, Instagram obviously wasn't around. So, but what was around was magazines and stuff, and that's what girls would compare themselves
and
to,
you
right?
have to pay for that.
But then now there's Instagram, which girls compare themselves to. But I think that it's more accessible to obviously way more people. So the influence and the psychological trauma that it can provide for especially young women and men too
100%.
is a little bit, in a some way, counterproductive to the psyche. Do you think we're gonna pay? Is there gonna be consequences for that?
I think so, 100%.
Yeah,
You
I
know?
think so. I think it's a lot different for women growing up now than versus when, let's just say,
I
our
think
parents
it's way
were
harder,
growing up.
dude.
Yeah,
It's way
there's just
harder.
more influence, but I mean, I think it's the equivalent because it's what
In a
people
way.
were seeing every day. Like magazines were more prominent back then,
Mm-hmm.
whereas like
don't
everyone
think-
has TikTok now, but not everyone follows like this certain person.
Yeah,
and this certain
I think with the
person, so-
media, like with the internet, there's a lot more exposure now versus when there was
course.
just magazines.
Of course, yeah.
Which is a massive contributor.
Yeah, like maybe not everyone got magazines, but
It's in your
everyone
face.
has a phone.
Well,
you have a
and
phone.
how often
Everyone
did
has
you
a
read
phone.
the same? You read the magazine once and then you threw it the fuck away.
Yeah, that's true.
What, twice, 3 times?
Well, maybe
now Instagram is there.
It's
there.
all the time,
Boom,
yeah.
boom,
You're right.
here. Pop
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys used to go to the back of the Sears catalog and look at the girls with the bras.
100. I used to do it at my nonna's house every day.
That
bro.
says a lot about your character.
Why? There was good brassieres and good titties.
That's such a construction guy thing, like the sunshine girl. Like there was
In
always
the
that.
porta
bitch,
potty.
You don't
like-
see that
It was
anymore,
always
though.
What happened to the
sunshine.
sunshine
Never
girl?
see that
The
anymore.
fucking cutout in the lunchroom.
Never seen.
Oh yeah. They get
There's
it.
like a fucking collage.
Yeah, they'd get it.
Yeah, like
They get it and put it in like they put it in like the construction. Well, you guys would know. You speaking of construction, you guys Carlo and Plots are going to start a construction podcast, guys. So
That's right.
don't forget to like and
start it.
subscribe. You know what I mean?
Fucking right.
Talk
It's coming
about-
soon.
Talk about cigarettes. Talk about Ford F-150s.
taking shits.
Talk about taking shits and having coffees, showing up a little bit late to work, and then fucking freaking out when you get there because everybody's fucking late.
Yes,
What's
sir.
going on?
Yes, sir.
What's going to be topic number 1, Car?
Where are we going to start, dude? We're going to talk about how construction's changed because you can't. It's. I think construction Plots. I think you can agree with me. It's a lot more technical now. There's a lot more research that is done.
What do you mean?
because of
What do you mean?
Construction.
See, that's the thing too. Construction isn't just like one entity. Like there's so
a
many
lifestyle
moving
now.
parts. There's so many different angles. Like you're going down. Like it goes down to politics to like the small guy just working. Like
Yeah,
there's so
100%.
much that goes in between it, and it'll make for good topics.
Yeah,
that's
no,
for sure.
definitely.
Speaking of construction, did you hear about in Florida? There was an entire fucking skyscraper fucking collapsed.
That happened,
Faulty
like,
construction.
3 years
Really?
ago.
Yeah,
No, that
yeah.
wasn't.
I
It was
think I
saltwater.
No, it happened like this year, dude.
Yeah,
saltwater.
Yeah, that was a while ago though.
No, it just happened this year.
Yeah, that was a while ago, bud.
That was
Yeah,
like
but
it was 2 years ago.
you said
No,
it like it
just
happened
happened.
last week, man.
Yeah, exactly.
It
It
happened
did?
2 years
Just
ago.
happened this year.
When did it happen?
This is
It's
2022.
2022, so it
That's
didn't happen this
3
year.
months it
Guys,
happened.
my fucking fact checks have a phenomenal track record.
But a building
Go ahead
building
and
fell
fact-
down 2 years
yeah.
ago in Florida.
Okay, fine. I'm not denying that, but I'm saying one happened this year.
I don't know. I don't want to fact check that because you might be right.
Whatever.
No, listen,
Agree to disagree.
the building did come down. A lot of people did pass away, unfortunately. R.I.P. to the real ones. You know what I mean? Because that was a fucked up incident. But Florida is run by Governor Rob DeSantis. He's doing a fantastic
Shout out
job.
Rob
Yeah, it's
DeSantis.
amazing.
Speaking of politics, let's dip in it for 2 seconds. What the fuck is going on with this inflation, Vince?
June 24, 2021, the building collapsed.
Yeah,
It's
that was
just
technically-
inflation.
technically
That was
last
that was
That
like
was-
6 months ago, bud.
Yeah.
Okay, so we were right though. It didn't happen this year.
You said 3 years, 2 years, but what the fuck is going on with inflation?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Don't get me started.
Let's go.
Okay, we'll dip into it for quickly
It's
here.
awful. It's
Yeah.
awful. It's the worst it's been since the fucking 1930s. And it is I am not a conspiracy theorist. I've never been that. I take accountability for my own actions. If it walks like a duck, if it quacks like a duck, if it flies like a duck,
It's
is a
fucking-
duck.
It is a
Okay?
duck.
Wow.
I'm not a conspiracy guy,
That was good.
but
Run
it
that
is
back, bro. That was good.
100% the government's fault.
Okay, so for the people that don't that think the inflation right now is primarily in result of COVID and what's happening over in Ukraine, guys, you need to take a left on Liberal Town because I think it's just inflation,
It's
Wow.
it's just inflation.
and we
That's
can
amazing.
thank Trudeau for everything that sucks in this world right now.
Idiot.
Now, Vince, please explain to the Couple Casuals viewers what the fuck is inflation.
So inflation is money is not a finite source, okay? Money is printed by the government.
Right.
So hypothetically speaking, the government could print and create an infinite amount of money, right? They create something from nothing. Something of value comes from nothing, okay? Now, the reason why that's bad is because if you just keep printing money and printing money and printing money, there's more of it. Picture if, and the value of it goes down.
Right.
So, take a trip down memory lane. If you were a child and you had a glass of vodka.
Why would
right?
you? Why
Or
would you?
sorry, not a glass, a bottle of vodka. Right? Let's say you had a bottle of vodka, though, right?
You
Let's go. Wait, hold on.
No.
Go back to. Oh, I wouldn't be fucked if I was a kid.
No, for real.
You're drinking glasses
Drinking
of vodka.
glasses of vodka.
Better to drink out of the bottle than a
Wait,
glass.
wait. By the way, pause for a second. Did you guys see my fucking wolf shirt?
Holy
That's
fuck,
fucking
that's a
badass.
nice wolf.
Where'd you
Are
get
some
that?
Jesus
good-looking
Christ.
wolves.
Yo, nobody even fucking complimented my wolf shirt except Vince.
I compliment when I
Dude,
see
I
that.
didn't even
That's a
see
fucking
it,
badass
man.
shirt.
I didn't.
Dude,
that's
there's two fucking wolves
That
on
is
here. Zoom in on
badass.
fucking wolves.
Is there two of them?
Yeah, that's crazy.
And they're both looking the same way.
Awesome creatures.
They don't say
Never
that.
mind about exotic animals. Vince, continue with the inflation.
No. But, okay. Imagine you've got a bottle of vodka,
Yeah.
right? And it's in your parents' liquor cabinet. You take half of it.
This is Vince's youth.
This is perfect.
This is your youth.
No, for real. You take half
Okay,
of it
fine.
and you pour water in the other half of it.
Yeah.
Right?
Classic.
You
when
put it
I
back in,
remember
you
that.
go out, you take the full one. Fine, fair enough. It looks great on the outside. What happens when you go back?
It's just
Tastes
fucking
watered down.
Yeah, big time.
It's not as strong. Right?
Holy fuck, that's a good analogy.
That
Your
is
parents, and then your parents
It's the
go
liquor,
to drink
boys.
it, and they say, "What the fuck is this? This has been watered down."
So
That's
you're
the
saying,
story.
hey, you're saying that our dollar, the more money they pull, the less our dollar's worth. Is that what you're saying?
The more money they print,
The less our dollar's worth.
Your dollar is worth.
Didn't that happen in like Venezuela? That
So,
their money's
there
not
are
worth
pictures.
anything.
If you go online, I don't know about Venezuela, but I know in like some countries like the Congo, there are pictures of like
Yeah.
infants
Yeah.
sitting beside stacks of cash
Yeah.
because of the amount of money that
nothing.
they printed. And okay, great.
It's not worth anything.
Right? But let's actually, because a lot of people talk about this now where they go, okay, they print money and it goes down in value, but like, what does that really mean? It doesn't really mean much. Okay? What happens is your money is only worth as much as what you use to buy it. Okay? Now, when you hit situations like this, where the cost of goods, I'll give you a perfect example. I went to look at a brand new pickup truck. I went to look at it before I left to go to Texas. So in November, not even 6 months ago. It was $73,000, okay? I went and got a same price on that exact same pickup truck a week ago, and it was $80,000, okay? So now let me ask you a question. If I had $100,000 in the bank at the beginning of January 2021, and is that 100,000 still worth 100,000?
No.
No, it's not.
No, because pre 2022, I could have bought a pickup truck for 73,000. I would have had 27,000 left over. But now, if I buy it now, a year, not even a year later,
It's a 7,000.
I've got
deal.
$7,000 less. So the purchasing power of money goes down.
Exactly. Yeah, which you shared a great video in the group chat. Shout out to the group chat. She's a cool
Yeah.
chick.
She's
Yeah,
a cool chick.
it's true. So the value of money is going down because they're inflating it and they're printing too
But
much.
here's the question: is why is this happening? This is the question nobody seems to ask. Okay, is why is this actually
Well,
happening?
let me say? So what they're saying, this is on to play devil's advocate. And no shout out to the devil, because the devil is an op. I'm with Jesus all the way. To play that role for a second, is they are saying that it's in result of COVID and also because of the sanctions that they have put on Russia, because Russia is one of the largest distributors of gasoline and energy.
Okay, so let's diagnose each of those as a separate issue.
Okay, right.
Okay.
Two main issues,
The
right?
reason why it's okay to print money, you need to print money in order to distribute it. That's part of a country's economic growth. Okay, this is totally normal procedure to print money. What you have to understand is money is the most accessible. One right now in ways we've never seen before, where the government's literally just giving it away via CERB, which is still fucking around.
That just went so loud on the mic.
I don't know why.
That was loud.
I didn't know that.
How is it still around?
I didn't know it was still around.
How are we
The government
functioning?
just throwing it out there, just giving money away, literally.
Which, by the way, little side note here, Pierre Polivera was really questioning them about where are you getting
that
the
was
money
great.
for. With the second, I think it was the second or third round of the COVID relief fund, and they had no answer for it. So
The 10
ultimately,
billion.
Yeah.
ultimately they were
They can
printing
only
it.
account for
Oh,
half
and
of it.
I heard stories too where apparently, I don't know the exact number, but it was upwards of $10 million was given out. So $10 million worth of CERB money was wired offshore. So it was going from the CERB Bank of Canada outside of Canada to
No.
different fucking countries. Yeah.
For real?
Yeah.
How to
Really?
Canadians?
Were they
I
Canadian?
couldn't tell
That's
you.
the
I
question.
couldn't
Yeah.
tell you.
Do you remember
Well,
the source?
So I believe one of the things they
that's
were
the Canadian
hiding
bank account.
behind was that they were saying that a lot of it was Canadians who were sending it to their families overseas.
But
So
through
they
the
just had it
government?
directly wired there.
Okay, so let's not get too sidetracked, because I don't want to stay on this topic
Yeah.
for too long. So the two main issues of inflation,
Yeah.
like we
So
said.
wrap it back.
So
Justin Trudeau and Justin Trudeau.
Yeah.
No.
The main
Nice.
the reason why we're seeing inflation right now is not solely because they're printing money, but the main cause of it is the supply chain issues with the supply chain,
Yeah.
which have solely been caused due to COVID restrictions,
Transport.
which is
which are still
Freedom
going on, by the
Convoy.
way.
which the restrictions are still going on, but everything else is still business as usual. And I'll give you a personal first-hand experience of how counterproductive and destructive COVID restrictions are. Okay, I import shipments from the U.S. and
Drugs.
pre-COVID restrictions, it was as simple as hop on the phone with my transport company, and within a week, my cargo gets delivered to me. Now, my cargo's paid for, sitting there waiting, and it's taking 2 to 3 months to
Why?
get it. Because, and quote unquote from the transport company, and this is one of the largest in all of North America. They have thousands of trucks. Is that it's solely due to COVID restrictions at the border.
So they don't have enough people?
Non-vaccinated people being allowed to, and I'm here shaking my fucking head because I thought 90% of truck drivers were vaccinated. So why would this be an issue?
But that's supposedly the stat, right?
But at the end of the day, yeah, that's the stat. And at the end, well, that's what they tell me, right? But at the end of the day, I know the before and I know the after, and something's not fucking adding up.
Okay, and then also it's worth mentioning too, CBC, fake as fuck news. They had to withdraw their story regarding the truckers because they printed a story that the majority of the funding was coming from foreign funding. So that was one of their accusations, which by the way was used as a pillar for Trudeau to implement the Emergencies Act. Never done in Canadian history
So
before,
bad.
but it was used. And one of the pieces of evidence that they used was from CBC, the fakest news ever. It's like the CNN of Canada, and they had to withdraw that because it was completely false. And once again, unfortunately, there's no accountability.
Isn't it called CBCNN? No?
I don't know. I think it's just
No,
Yeah.
it's literally called CBCNN now.
Was there a merger?
No, I think something. It's like a Canadian Broadcasting Channel National
You know what I
News.
don't understand? How come one of these good-looking, majestic fucking conservatives hasn't started a Fox Canada or something?
Well, they have Rebel News, which is technically
But
like,
that's not like a real mainstream network.
not yet,
like
not
Fox.
yet.
No,
they're trying
not,
to silence
not,
them.
not like that.
They're
though.
trying to silence them
because,
too.
bro,
Like, how come we don't have
Canada's
any conservative?
We do Rebel News.
Rebel News?
Rebel
No.
News and CP24 is not conservative by any means, but it's as moderate as you're gonna get.
100%.
Yeah.
Like at least
Yo,
in the U.S., there's
but
one side to each
honestly, I'm
story.
gonna ask you guys an honest question. even if we do all this research, we talk to all these people, we get all our info from the news and stuff, we'll never know the truth. So pretty much, we won't know.
The problem
why.
right now is that the government keeps printing money. You need to stop printing the fucking money.
100%, and that's
Period.
that's
Stop printing it.
that's factual information.
And you have to raise interest
But
rates.
you'll never really understand, because there is an idea that all these people meet up, like the Bohemian meetings and stuff like that. All the powers of the world meet up, and they have all these crazy conspiracies.
Conspiracy car.
It's a bohemian meeting.
They meet up, supposedly meet up, a shitload of people. You can't go there. It's like in this undisclosed location.
And they all make out with each other and do weird
yeah,
shit.
they like burn someone or some shit like that. But the thing is, and I think
Sacrificial lamb.
They burn someone.
yeah, they burn someone. They like light someone on fire. It's like some crazy conspiracy theory.
That's
But
crazy.
the thing is too, and I think the time that we're in is that we need to wrap our heads around, because it always lingers in the back of our head, like maybe this is true. Maybe there is a one world order, and maybe something like that is actually happening. Maybe there's a purpose between the Russian-Ukrainian war. Maybe there's a purpose behind COVID.
The globalists. It's the globalists. That's
Well,
You know what I
that's
mean?
a perfect example. I think that now they're hiding. They're just picking any excuse out of the hat that they can blame everything that's going bad on. Like right now, they're blaming the gas crisis, and it is a fucking crisis.
Yep.
Don't make any mistake
An
about
absolute
it.
crisis.
Right? They're blaming that on Russia, Ukraine. Do you
Right.
know how much oil and gas comes to Canada from Russia and Ukraine?
0%.
Fucking none.
really.
Really?
Not a fucking
Wait,
drop.
they're the
Holy
third
shit.
they're the third largest
No, it comes,
exporter
it comes from the States.
of
Not a
gasoline.
fucking
Or the
drop.
Well, the
Saudis.
refinery.
The Saudis told Biden to fuck off. They're like, no, fuck you. We don't. Now you want to deal with us because Russia fucked off?
Not for anything. I know everybody hated Trump so much, but in 4 years that he was in office, I don't remember any wars going
But
down.
dog, you always need an enemy, man. They always got to blame someone, and
Well, same
Trump
thing in
was
Canada
just
with
that
Harper,
scapegoat.
right? Everyone hated Harper. The
Everybody.
economy was humming. Everyone was happy. There was nothing to complain about. We got to get this fucking guy out of here. There's nothing to complain about.
But do you guys truly believe that there's one world order? Do you think that the
I don't know what you mean by
conspiracy-
one world order.
Bro,
I don't
everything.
believe-
The one world order is everything's happening for a reason right
he
now.
believes that there's
It-
a bunch of rich white
Exactly.
guys smoking cigars in the back room controlling the whole world.
Like
Exactly.
Mr. Burns.
That's I don't believe that, but I'm saying that's the conspiracy.
I don't believe
That's
that,
what's
but
happening.
I do believe that there is, and I never thought I would say this, but I do believe there's
Greater
corruption in each individual
I
government.
think there's corruption.
And
in
I
government,
think
yeah,
that
for
those
sure.
corrupt individual governments do network and communicate
Yep.
with other corrupt
Okay,
individuals.
so that's where the World Economic Forum comes in. That's
Okay.
the sketchy entity. That's a
100%.
sketchy entity.
So is NATO. So is the EU. So is everything.
Sketchy entity. And not to get too conspiratorial, guys, but listen to this podcast today. I don't know what day it is, March 15th, 16th, whatever fucking day it is. But if we start to lose freedoms again because of this other catastrophe that's going on, we called it here first on Couple Casuals podcast, because COVID is now over for the most part. It's over. It's been over for a long time, but these guys, they don't want to let go of it, especially guys like Trudeau, aka the Prime Minister of Canada, doesn't want to let go of it. But if like, we can't lose our individual freedoms. The sovereign individual is what we believe in fundamentally. Individual choice. Do what you want. So hopefully we don't lose any freedoms.
Yeah,
Do you
but
guys
that-
think that it will happen?
That got diminished somewhere along the line, because there was a time where people decided what they wanted to do, how they wanted to do it, but it happened before
you know
our
what
eyes.
though? I actually I'm optimistic that it's not gonna happen again, and I'm optimistic to that because the protests that were happening were I think it made a lot more of an impact
they
than
had to be
anyone
better.
will
They had
admit.
to.
So much
And
of it.
I think they
has,
realized
100%.
that they pushed and pushed and pushed, and they pushed just a little bit too far, and they don't want to go back.
the truckers
to
convoy
those
definitely
repercussions.
had an impact.
Well, it meant way more than what people saw. Like, oh, these guys are blocking up the streets, this and that. It's the first time anyone's ever revolted against our government. They've always said,
Oh, it was,
"Fuck
and it
off."
was done beautifully. Like the media really
But
turned
you
it,
know what?
but
That
it was
actually
done
that was
beautifully.
actually I think a good thing in essence, because I think it opened up a lot of people's eyes.
Yeah, you're right.
To how corrupt and one-sided the media.
The
is.
media. That's. I think if we can take anything from these
Yeah.
past 3 years, boys, it's that the big tech and media is so corrupt,
Very, very, very.
so corrupt.
Now, but
and it's so obviously
I'll-
corrupt too.
We'll have a conversation. I'll play the devil's advocate. If you were on the side of a CEO of a big Fortune 500 company, you were involved in the media, do you think that your ideals would be misconstrued for $1?
Well, it's different. It's like asking, what would you do if somebody cheated on you, but you're not in love? Or what would you do if your girlfriend did this, but you're not in love? Because emotions change everything.
That's a good
Remember
point.
that.
Now, if you saw personally millions and millions and millions of dollars coming in and you were misconstruing media like they do, that's 100% fact. Do you think that you would have a different light on these situations?
I don't know. You'd have to be in the situation.
You know what I think the issue with the media is that it's a free enterprise. We don't have a free press.
It's a free enterprise.
But it's a free enterprise, meaning it's not actually mandated or governed by the government.
Except the CBC is funded by the liberals.
No. But so here's what I mean by that.
I didn't know that. Really?
What I mean by that is,
I swear to God.
Really?
If you're in any industry and you get big enough, the government will break your company up. So look at Rockefeller. Rockefeller owned all the oil companies in the United States, and they broke them all up because he was too big, and he was basically he had an oil cartel. They controlled all the prices of gas. That's
true.
This is back in the fucking, I think, early 100 years ago.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
Esso was his. Petro-Canada was his. Suncor was his. Every major oil company you know was part of the Rockefeller enterprise.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And he got so big that they had to break it up. Mm-hmm. That doesn't happen with the media.
No.
Because if you look at the media right now, it's all left wing.
Right.
In Canada in particular.
Yeah.
And Bernie Madoff owns the whole fucking thing.
And it's all and there's no one to sort of break it up and regulate and say we need someone from the opposite side just to get the opposite side's opinion somewhere in there.
And this is worth mentioning too from that. So then we'll go into another topic here. Firstly, in the States, like you were saying earlier, it's a little bit theatrical, like it's almost theater. I guess theatrical is a word. That you go on one channel, you get Fox, it's completely one side. 100%. And then you get CNN and it's completely fake and the other side.
That's why I like it. At least each side has something to say.
I know, but we need something in the middle.
But you know what, though?
You need a middle ground.
I don't think there will ever be
I've been watching like religiously at work everything that's going on with the Ukraine and Russia war. There's Russia Today. It is full-blown right-wing Russian news.
Let me just interrupt. Trudeau's been banned from Russia. I saw
I saw that today.
Good. And then there's
She's banned
Euronews.
from everywhere.
Euronews plays the center. Euronews is fantastic. It's all of Europe. You know, they're playing it, whatever. Russia Today actually got taken off IPTV. My box that I have, there's no more Russia Today news. They banished it.
Like Russian channels, you mean?
It's no longer
a
the
news
liberals got
entity.
IPTV
It's a news entity.
too?
You can't watch
Isn't
it
like
anymore.
a legal stream?
But bro, that just
Crazy.
shows how much power there is, though, and it's scary to think that we may be controlled by all the media all the time.
Well, they control the narrative. Like you see, they're not talking about COVID right now anymore because it's not hot. They're talking about UK and Russia because that's the main topic. But this is the point that I wanted to get, is that we're in a time now where I think it's changing because, like, you look at what happened with the Nelk Boys, okay? Shout out to the Nelk Boys. They interviewed Trump, and
perfect example.
many views on there. Millions and millions of views within 24 hours. I think they reached, what was it again, Vince? Do you remember?
10 million.
I think,
No,
I
it
don't know.
wasn't
I
10.
know it was over 3.5.
Yeah, I think it was close to 5 million in 24 hours. Obviously, the corrupt big tech took it down. But the good news about this is this. You know, I saw a video today, which I'll throw it up here in a second. It was a video of Jimmy Kimmel commenting and saying a small group of YouTubers.
Mar-a-Lardo has been making the rounds. He was on a podcast hosted by, this is really something, a small group of YouTubers known as the Nelk Boys. Now, these guys, they show up at Mar-a-Lago in sweatshirts and shorts, logos all over their clothes. Trump sits down for an hour with them during a war to answer the dopiest questions. One of the great things about Trump is it doesn't matter who's interviewing him. It could be George Stephanopoulos or three doofuses who brought a 12-pack of hard seltzer along with them.
Brother, they get way more views than you. Are you kidding me? Hollywood is bitter to the core. That's the problem. And that's why they're trying to go after guys like Joe Rogan, because you know what's happening, boys? Is that the big tech and the media and the news outlets are realizing that YouTubers, call them whatever the fuck you want, podcasters, are getting more views than them. They have more power.
They're outgrowing
And who
them.
the fuck watches late night TV now? There's no way. You're watching.
There's like
a podcast
6.5
on YouTube.
liberals that still watch Jimmy Kimmel, and then even them are ready to bounce in a second.
Yo, but Jimmy's been on the left, dog. He's been making fun of Trump for a long time.
He
'Cause
wore
they control
blackface
the
many times, too.
Yeah, man. He's stupid, that guy.
Walk me through the concept here, though. I don't know. Why do people actually put fucking blackface on?
Because they
Are we really
going to
talk about this right now?
Like, I never understood that. Like, oh, hey, honey, do you got my powder? I'm going out tonight. Like, I never understood
No,
why.
it's for dressing up
Is
for
it a
Halloween.
joke?
bro.
Oh, it's a
Halloween.
Halloween thing? Okay.
Well, what was that that movie,
Did not know that.
Tropic
It's
Thunder?
It's offensive.
I think
No,
I think
but
there's
weren't some of these guys doing it? Like,
I think it's
to
a
actually
there's a
go out?
racist
Trudeau.
lineage to it.
Trudeau was
Trudeau
he painted his face more than Kylie Jenner.
was that
Like,
movie?
Multiple
Tropic-
times a year. There's Halloween only once a year, though.
I know.
yeah.
He
So
got
you
caught
can't-
multiple
You
times.
can only
got
use
caught multiple
Halloween
times.
once a year.
Guys,
Classic.
we can go for hours. It's 45 minutes. I'm not going to end it, but we're going to go for another little while here, and then I'll cut this part out. But then what I did want to say is I wanted to write down some ideas of like what I wanted to talk about. Do you guys know what the fuck I wrote down? Do you want to fucking see it right now, what I wrote down?
Yes.
Look at this.
Tell me it was everything we talked
Oh,
about.
dude. I thought you were going to take a fucking notepad out.
No, I'm happy that we got a lot of good stuff in there, little politics. But this is what I
Are
wrote
we
down.
off air right now?
No, we're still good. We're still
We
good.
always go political. That's a me
Alright.
thing.
Look,
I
this is what I
always
wrote down.
do
The
that.
boys, Vince's return. How long do you wait before you poop in front of your girlfriend?
Oh shit. Okay.
What?
That's what we got left? Okay.
That's what I wrote down. And gas prices. You know what I mean? You guys, we slapped together this podcast a little bit quick. I'm not going to lie. So I wanted to have some talking points. Maybe I usually don't do that on Couple Casuals podcast. We like to keep it casual, have a couple casuals and see where the conversation goes. But I said, you know what? Let me put down a question. The only question I can think of is how long do you wait before you poop in front of your girlfriend?
Wow.
I don't know. Right away. Like, what the fuck's the
What?
difference?
No,
No.
wait.
What?
Do you actually?
Come
like,
on now.
Let's say you
No,
hang,
Nice to meet you. I gotta go take a
You
shit.
hang a nice fucking fart though.
I
That-
think you
that's
guys
for
should be
sure.
living together first and foremost.
Take
no?
shits in
Take
front of
shits
your
in
bro.
front
If you got a shit, what are you gonna do, man? You guys ever held in?
No,
a
I'm
shit?
saying
It's
you
not
got to
fun.
be at least living together.
So, what do you mean by in front?
What do you mean in
of
front?
her?
Like she's in the washer brushing her teeth.
Bro.
You're taking a shit.
bro.
Yeah, is it
okay.
that or is
Okay,
it like she's?
wait,
she's
I got
in
another
the
point
room?
though. When you're
Do you
done,
do
I
that?
got
Okay.
a point.
Do
I
you
got a
just-
point.
let me set the climate because that's a good point, Plots. Again, I thought about this. I was so busy today. So what I meant was like if you're hanging out with a girl, right? And let's say you start to feel the little crumble rumble, and then maybe you had shawarma that day. I don't know, whatever it may be.
It's true.
And
That
then
makes
you
you
go,
poop.
and then you're hanging out with a chick. She's a cool
Cool
chick.
check. Cool check.
And you got to drop a dookie. Do you do it? Do you like? It's only the second time you're hanging out
else
with
you
her.
gonna do?
You just go into the washroom. Drop a little dookie, come back, and just smells like shit.
Okay, but there's a difference between taking.
Well, what
a
are your
shit-
other
hold on.
options, though?
Vince? There's a difference between taking a shit in front of your girlfriend and wiping your ass in front of your girlfriend.
Wait, you know what you do, Vince?
Wiping your ass. Is,
Yo,
wiping your ass is different.
Car,
from
don't you
taking
hear
a
it
shit.
going like loud when you do that?
No, sorry.
What's the fucking
pull
difference?
it back when you do that.
What?
Yo, 'cause-
you're not wiping every time.
No, wiping your ass isn't a good look. Like
No,
if you're
you
just sitting
see-
on a toilet, you're sitting on a
see
toilet. It's no real action. But when you're like getting up and stuff, like
Guys, I
Brother,
didn't
when are
mean
you
literally
fucking-
shitting in front of her. I meant like you're
Yeah.
going to the washroom, be like, "I'll be right back, babe. I'll be right back," and you go to the washroom to poop.
babe, my stomach.
Like it's only the second time you're hanging out. You're gonna go poop in front of her, like technically.
What if she has? Oh, dude, want to hear a fucking funny?
Bro, you
story?
hold it in.
Oh,
Be
I
a man.
love to hear a funny story.
Dude, so I was
Don't
on-
poop in front of your
I was
girlfriend.
on
Be a
I was
man.
on a date with a girl once. We went downtown. Whatever. We're on our way back. She had to go to the washroom like super bad. You tell she had to shit. Samba.
Who
you know,
was
I
it?
wouldn't say it.
I'm not saying your name.
Why,
It's on
Well, I don't wanna
podcast.
say her name.
Millions of people are gonna
say
see
it.
this.
bro? Why not?
Dog,
Just
I
for
ain't showing
millions.
no clout for no one, bro.
Bro, just do it.
I'm showing no one.
Just think
Girls-
about it. Do
We
it.
go on a
Girls
date.
kiss and tell.
We go on a date. So we're driving downtown, and we're driving home from downtown. You could tell she had the shit. I'm fucking, bro. It's late. It was like 3, 4 a.m. man, or no, like 2, 3. So I'm trying to find a place. I find a fucking Mexican or Spanish club, bro. She goes to the washroom, takes a shit, and dude, I was just chilling. I was just like inside this club, but people come up, be like, "Yo, what's good?" and shit. And I was just like trying to play it all cool, I grabbed a drink, but I'm not gonna lie, man. I was fucking tripping out. I was kind of scared. I'm like, someone's gonna beat me up, and it's like, this is crazy. Why am I in this place right now?
I was gonna correct you when you said 2 or 3 or 4 or 2 or 3. There's a big difference between 2 a.m. and 3
Wow,
and
good
4
point.
a.m.
Yeah,
Nothing
good
good
point.
happens 3 a.m.
4 a.m. You're
4
in
a.m.
hell.
I don't want to walk
You're
downtown.
in hell.
I
You
don't wanna
better
walk
better
down
keep
there.
your head up. You better walk straight and know where you're going.
I told you guys I almost had to knock out a homeless guy the other day.
That is
He lunged in
insane.
front. He literally lunged
Did you
at
smell?
me. And
Did
this,
you smell him?
no, but I didn't even know he was
They
homeless. To be
smell
honest,
him.
man.
Do you sure he was homeless? He was crazy.
He definitely was crazy, but I don't know if he was homeless. But you got to defend yourself sometimes. Guys, lastly on this note, and I know like pooping in front of your girl, guys, do what you want. We were kind of just being funny with it, but I definitely wouldn't do it, especially if I don't have baby wipes. But so with that being said, I wanted to throw. I Googled. So there was this game out. So that night where that homeless guy jumped in, right? We were at Snakes and Lattes, they call it, right? Big liberal place, very, very liberal.
Hipster.
Yeah, hipster. They had those stupid beers, Vince. I thought about you right away. All those. I'm like, I drink Bud Light.
Did they have any Bud Lattes?
Yeah.
No, dude.
No?
Classic. No, they had some random
Fucking
ass
beer
shit.
where it tastes more like soap than beer.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
It was, when you go to beer fest and shit, it's you drinking all those weird beers and just makes you feel like all of a sudden you're starting to like do poetry and shit. I don't know.
There's no pomegranate in beer.
Yeah.
Bro, can I just get a fucking Rona with a lime?
Yeah, just give me a Bud Light. So what they did, one of the games that we
And they
played
look
there.
at you like you're an asshole.
So one of the games that we played there was like this conversation game was like Convo and Chill or something. So let's look through these. Let's see. Let's ask a couple questions and then we're gonna end it off here. We're gonna go into salute. So let's.
This is a great game though to build.
It is,
rapport,
right?
Honestly,
Bro, it cost them nothing to make that fucking thing.
literally nothing.
What's the most useful thing you own?
See, like a lot of these stump me too. Like I
Cigarettes.
I did this with my girlfriend.
What's the
and
most?
a lot of
Like,
them stump
dude, are we talking like? Are we saying bullshit or legit?
What's the most useful thing you own?
My truck,
Why?
because it gets me where I gotta go. I get to play cool music in it. I
That is a
smoke in it.
great point. That's a great
My
point.
truck.
I would honestly,
Bro,
I
my
would say
truck
my
is
phone.
my second home.
I would say my phone. Unfortunately, I
Phone's a
know
good
it's
one.
such a.
No, it's a good one.
but
You'd be lost without the
it's
fucker.
literally on me. all
But
the
you'd
time.
also be lost without a vehicle. Well, you can take public
Okay.
transit.
What is something popular that annoys you?
popular. That
Demi Lovato.
Demi Lovato as well. Yeah, fuck her.
fucking-
She's awful.
The ghosts
She's have awful.
rights. Ooh, don't be mean to ghosts.
Call
Shut
them
the
ETs.
Fuck up.
Didn't she have
she
sex
say
with
that?
one? She
She's
had
an
sex with
idiot.
one, no?
That girl
Or
can
no? Am I
fuck
tripping
off.
out? Was that like a bad?
I don't
I just
follow
see
her.
headlines and I believe it,
Demi
especially when it comes to
Lovato.
that shit.
Demi
Like,
Lovato.
I believe that.
I'm calling you out right now. Fuck off.
You know what? She's a fucking genius. I bet you she's gotten more exposure now with this new persona than any time in her
And
past.
that's what I'm annoyed with. That's popular is that clout, grabbing that little
It's like the
second of
Kardashians,
fame
right?
and running with it. That annoys me.
That's
but
probably why she did it.
when it's done
Guys,
positively,
this
no,
is-
you didn't fuck a ghost.
Car,
No, you didn't.
why are you on your phone?
Sorry.
get the fuck
Yeah,
off the phone.
My hardworking employees are on a service call right now.
Ooh, sorry.
I'm a
Okay, this
big
is rapid
boss.
question. So let's do a couple more here. If you had intro music, what song would it be? Go for it, Vince.
We are the champions. No time for losers. 'Cause we are the champions of the world.
Okay. What were you really?
Carlos would be, give it to me, baby.
Wait, what was the question? Sorry, I missed the question. What was the question?
Well, I'm gonna go around to a couple of us. So,
What's the question?
if you had intro music, what would it be? Yours would be.
No, it would be my life be like ooh.
I gotta fucking download that.
My
I
life
forgot
be
about
like-
that.
That is a banger. We used to
goes
rip
times
that in
like
your
this.
fucking
Yeah, yeah,
Beamer. Remember that?
Because
Holy
Tokyo
shit.
Drift just came out, and that's where that song came from.
Is that what it? Yeah.
I think I'm big, weed. Larry over. I was thinking about the soul.
My life be like, ooh, yeah, ooh, my life be like, ooh.
Hey,
When this beat kicks, it's like,
here we go.
yeah, in the car, 100%. This is a driving
Butt,
tune.
like a butt.
Okay.
Light a
Next
butt.
question. I knew these would be good.
These are good.
What were you really into when you were a kid? Vince, don't say. And Carlo,
Big glasses of vodka.
Don't say big glasses of vodka. And Carlo, don't say Sears catalogs, baristas, whatever the fuck it's
Okay, Latin lover.
called. Oh, Latin
Wow, I don't
lover.
even know what that
I was
is.
into Latin lover.
What is
I
that?
was into.
Erroneous,
I was
man. You
into-
don't know what that is. What do you mean?
No, what was I into most as a kid?
Yeah, what were you really into when you were a kid? Don't say cars, because we know that already.
Oh man, the thing that interests me the most.
How long is this fucking
Plots, what were you into when you were a kid?
It's gotta be cars.
Honestly, I would say sports, like probably hockey as a
Physical
primary. for
Generic
sure.
answer again, boys. We need to get
I
interesting with
know,
them.
I know, but like,
Give us a better question. That question sucked.
Okay. Have you ever saved an animal's life? Vince, you probably killed an animal. So I'm not gonna ask you.
I've done the opposite.
Have you ever killed an
I
animal?
was literally thinking
done
the
the
opposite.
opposite.
What have you killed? What have you killed?
A chicken, a duck, goat. No, sorry, not a goat. A sheep. Never a cow. Injured a pigeon once. Or, sorry, a seagull. Injured a seagull
Wait,
once. Didn't kill it though.
There was
Never
one
forget
time.
that.
I remember there was one time Vince came out
Never
late. He's
forget
like,
that.
"Sorry, boys, my grandfather made me kill this fucking sheep before I
Yeah,
got here. He had blood on the
Raccoon.
sheep."
Yo, remember when we hit the
Raccoon?
remember when we hit the deer and we picked it up and tried to sell it?
Raccoon. Yeah.
And they're like,
Deer.
"You can't sell this.
Deer.
What's wrong
It
with
was
you?"
a
So
meat
I'm on
shop.
both. I'm on both fingers for sure.
We
I'm on
tried to
both
save that
fingers
deer's
for
life,
sure.
but we didn't.
Really, eh?
Okay,
So
I
you
got-
a goddamn
If we're talking
animal
by
murderer.
individual animal, if we're talking like multiple counts of animals, my grandparents own a farm.
Yeah, exactly. So guys, it wasn't
I'm
in a
double digits.
It wasn't in a malicious way. You know, we're just King City boys, me and Vince. On this side, we're King City boys. Over here, the white privilege.
Grove Street. Grove
We come
Street.
from. We come from the
Oh
hood.
fuck! What about
Coolidge
your buddy
Street.
fucking Carlo over here? Came in bragging. I just killed the fucking goose.
Oh, he did.
You got to
Hey.
He was all fucking excited about it too. No
It
remorse.
was a
No
duck.
It's not
remorse.
completely
It
straight
was
legal.
a duck.
Yeah, I don't know if it
Remorse.
wasn't a Canadian goose.
fucking-
It was a duck.
Dented my truck, the bastard.
Okay. What is the strangest dream you ever had? Mostly, majority of people don't actually
I'm
remember. dreams.
definitely not telling you about the strangest dream I ever had.
Honestly, just sleep paralysis. That was fucked
It was
up.
fucking weird.
I know
though.
you fucking danced with that a
bad
couple
ones.
times. That is a trip. That's for another
wait,
day.
what
What is it? What is it?
What's the strangest
Sleep
dream you had?
paralysis.
I had a dream actually. You guys were in
That's
it
where you're like
recently, I
awake
forget.
but asleep at the same time.
Yeah.
Um,
it's awful.
Okay, what's
That
I would
remember
ask
one.
this one, but I already fucking know. What's a controversial opinion you have? You guys got 20 minutes? Because I think we'll be here for a while.
No, that's too long.
Okay, here's a good one. Who in your life brings you the most joy? Let's start with Car.
No, bring my girlfriend. I have to say that. Are you kidding me?
Oh, guys.
That's my girlfriend.
Yeah.
Cue the music. Aww.
Uncle Jam.
Yeah, if you guys are gonna all
else
say
you
your
got in
girlfriends,
there? What else
I'm
you
not
got in
fucking.
there?
I'm not
No,
fucking asking.
Honestly, I'll change it up, but I'll say my mom for sure. Like,
Yeah?
yeah, she
thought you were
really
gonna say your
she's
nephew.
honestly she's just so
My mom too. It's my mom.
yeah, but like joyful. Yes, you're right, absolutely. But
Mm-hmm.
I think like just as a whole, like she's just such a
Like
talented.
Do you
like,
look forward to talking
creative-
to her? Like, what do you think?
Oh, always. Yeah.
I gotta change my answer after you're done.
Go.
Yeah.
There's no
Well, you,
take-
you already
Go ahead.
you already demanded the floor.
But mommy.
I go to the same gas station every morning.
Yeah. Can you talk
And-
in front? Like, if you're,
Sorry.
you've done
I
quite a
go-
bit of podcasts.
I know.
by now,
I'm
Car.
sorry. I'm sorry. Well, I go to the same gas station every morning. His name is Rajit. When I walk to the gas station, he already has my cigarettes ready for me.
Whoa. It's fucking awesome,
there's,
dude.
There's
That's
certain
awesome.
times.
That is awesome.
There's certain times.
It's the little things, guys.
it's, you know,
Does he
there's-
call you Mr. Hello, Mr.
No, he knows
Nicastro?
There's
Th-
certain
that's
times.
racist.
There's certain times in life
Why?
where you realize you're like, you know what, man? Like this.
I'm a
is it.
somebody. I
Like,
made
I
it.
made it. Because I walk in that store, bro, and he's always got my 2-packs of Pall Mall Small Regulars, and they're ready for me. And it's just easy
Every
transition,
day,
bro.
2
2-packs.
packs every day.
Hey,
It's not
but
every
maybe put this in a positive. One day, you'll go there and
be like-
not get cigarettes, and he'd be like, "You quit."
And you'll just ruin his month.
No. Car walks in. Raj, stop what you're doing.
Stop. No, put him back.
No, you'd
quit.
probably get a new gas station before you ever did that.
That's gonna be a sad.
That
day.
would
Bro,
be a
you'll
nice
fucking,
day
so
though, because he'd be
imagine
proud
that.
of you.
That's hilarious because something that's so good for you is just terrible for him.
Yeah.
Okay,
true.
I got another good one. These are good. I should have started these earlier because now we're almost at 1 hour. Okay. How often do you stay up past 3 a.m.? Anybody stay up past 3 a.m.?
Yeah, a bunch of times.
A few times here. And
Yeah, dog, you ever been broke? You stay up past 3 a.m. Tell you that for free. You ever been poor?
What does that have to do with anything?
Because they won't keep you up. Scrambling. Fuck.
That's funny.
Car, you were a
You
professional
ever been in
podcaster. You don't hear
debt?
yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
You don't hear when it goes like. Zzz.
No, I don't. I'm not hearing that. Maybe it's my.
You can hear the.
It's your beard, bud.
Oh.
Okay, let's
You hear
find
that?
one more banger here.
One more bang.
That was a good car.
Literally, bro.
You ever been broke before?
Go
Yeah.
Oh fuck! We
All
had,
the
Stay up.
look at this. We had a fucking debate about this last time, so this is gonna be our last one. Question number 50: How should success be measured? And by that measurement, who is the most successful person you know?
Carl, you want to go first?
I always go to. We went for a walk the other day, guys, and me and Vince were talking about the definition of success for like 20 minutes.
Who is
What's your
the most-
definition of success, Car?
Who is the most success?
What's your definition of success?
I would say sustainability and longevity. If you find
Oh,
something,
fuck that. Stop
Nah,
being
that's bullshit.
politically
That's
correct.
bullshit. Come
Tell,
on.
the,
Hold on.
tell the fucking truth.
if you could find a way to make money, residual income, in my mind, my goal of success is pretty much making money while I sleep, bro. That's my idea of success. If I don't have to be dictated by customers, by employees, by anything, and I'm making money, that's my idea of success.
Yeah, I think I would agree. I think success to me
I'm talking
is,
from a monetary point of view, but
That's not
obviously
success. That's
family
financial
is-
freedom.
Yeah.
freedom is success in a
which
way.
is a form of success.
Which freedom is important, and freedom is the ability to make your own decisions. Which sometimes we're restrained by external things that deter us to be able to actually think freely and actually make our own decisions. Which sometimes it may be government, sometimes it may be family members, friends, whatever it may be. But I think success is your ability to make your own decisions and then obviously have a good quality of life, maybe possibly making a living off of doing something that you
and
love.
all of that does contribute to financial, right?
Yes, of course. Yeah, well, at the end of the day, financial is a part of
Because
success.
I think, yeah, and I think a big thing with today's day and age is where a lot of people try to devalue the financial success. They try to take financial out of success. I think is a big part.
Well, no, it's a part
It
of it.
happens a lot.
So I think like this typical success story for me would be doing what you love, earning whatever you deem enough for you, and having the most time for your loved ones.
Right, exactly.
For your
Having family, having
So
family.
it's like a mixture of everything. If you have one greater than the other, there's always going to be that imbalance. So
And lastly, on this
good to
point,
work in unison.
Absolutely.
and lastly on this point is they say there's a saying. I heard Jordan Peterson say this before. They say if you have enough money to keep the bill collectors at bay, so you're able to
Yeah, I like
sustain your
that.
lifestyle.
That's what I'm saying.
That's in regards to the financial department. It's enough to keep you. It's enough to keep you. Your circadian rhythms afloat. Your mental capacity in a linear path, sustainable. If you have
Familial.
enough, if you have enough to keep the bill collectors at bay, because more money, more problems sometimes. You know what I mean? But I don't want to go too much further, boys, because it's already 1 hour. Okay, so we're gonna segue now. We're gonna go into the last segment, which we call Uncouple Casuals. Does anybody else want to say it? Salute.
Salute.
We call it Salute. Okay, Salute is the final segment on Couple Casual Podcast. The opportunities for the guests to give a little ching-ching, little salute. You guys already know you should have thought of something, so I'm going
I
to
was
start.
just gonna say, you
I-
always know
I'll-
you're fucking coming,
and you
and
forget.
never
So we're going to
Never
keep it
prepared.
We're going to
Start
keep it
with
short and simple. We're going to start with Car because Vince nominated him. And Car, go. Give a quick salute for the folks.
I'm gonna give it. So am I shouting out people?
You can say whatever you
Whatever
want.
you want.
It's
I'm
your-
There's
I'm
no
gonna
rules. It's a
salute-
safe space.
I'm gonna salute everyone. I'm gonna salute everyone that stood up for us at the convoy, and I'm gonna salute everyone who got through. Finally, we fucking got through this goddamn.
We did
pandemic,
it,
bro.
We did it.
Fucking jinx it.
Palats, give a salute.
Fucking jinx it.
I'm just gonna go back to like the whole success thing, but salute to those in pursuit of a goal and pursuit of success, whatever way you think of success. Cheers to you, and keep going, keep grinding.
Vince?
Well, you're fucking. Nice.
Well, no, I never do a salute.
He's got to finish.
I'll just
He's
say,
got to end it.
to all the viewers out there, just, raise a little hell, praise a little Dale.
And with that being said, thanks for joining again, guys. I appreciate you.
Thanks,
I
guys.
love you, nobody else. Until next time.
Thanks.
Salute.
Cheers.
Salud. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers,
Casual.
guys.
Cheers, boys.
Thanks, boys.
And fuck off with sentiment.
Boom.